Why does this Republican political consultant think Trump is going to faceplant in the big debate with Kamala Harris? I was on my podcast with Paul Hodes, a former Democratic congressman, and Alicia Preston, Republican insider. We actually came up with 3 big pitfalls that are likely to trip up Trump: expectations, insanity, and tilt. You'll see what I mean in this quick clip, and you'll want to hold on till the end, where Paul points out the easiest and best way for Kamala to drive Donald Trump out of his mind on stage. Take a look.
There will be comparisons to how Biden did against Trump. And so if Kamala Harris can simply hold her own and Trump does Trump, I think she'll be fine. This is for her to come out unscathed more than anything else. There aren't going to be a ton of Pennsylvania swing voters sitting down watching this. It's a matter of, can she come out unscathed without saying or doing something damaging? And if she can do that, I think she'll be fine. In part because I don't understand what Team Trump is doing. I don't know why they are lowering expectations so far for her. She doesn't know how to speak. She can't string 2 words together. She's really stupid, blah, blah. And the fact is, she's a former prosecutor. Of course she can speak. Of course she can speak well enough to stand next to Donald Trump. They are lowering expectations for her. I think that's an error on Team Trump's behalf. And the stay on message thing, he obviously is incapable of. I was watching before we came on the pod. He was giving a speech to some economic group in Manhattan. And you could see when he was on prompter, because he was giving a boring economic speech. Economic speeches are boring. And then like something shiny out of the corner of his eye or in his brain would happen, and he'd just start rambling about nonsense. And then he'd go back to the boring economic speech, and then something shiny, and he'd start rambling about God knows what. And I don't think he's capable of doing otherwise. That's when there's a teleprompter in front of him. So when he doesn't have that, I don't think he's going to be capable of staying on message, and he's going to go to what he goes to, which is just attacking and insulting and nonsense.
Carville, in a piece of the New York Times over the weekend, had a few suggestions for Kamala Harris. He advocated her having a growth mindset. And it goes back to that word you used, Paul, confidence. He invokes what Bill Clinton used to say, which is that when people are feeling insecure, they'd rather have someone who is strong and wrong rather than somebody who is weak and right. That's what we saw on display in the first debate, where if you read the transcript of what Joe Biden said, it was actually a lot more coherent than it came across on TV. And it certainly was a lot more full of fact. He was certainly a lot more right, but the quality of his voice and his inability to get it out cleanly made him seem very weak. And Donald Trump was certainly very wrong, but he came across as stronger. That's what I'm going to be looking for here in this debate. Kamala Harris's ability, as you say, Paul, to proactively project confidence and strength. Trump is someone who is very easy, to use a poker term, to put on tilt. It's very easy. And so in every answer, it would be pretty straightforward for Kamala Harris to end with a jab that baits Trump onto an insane non sequitur. It's so easy. I could finish this answer. I could talk about her ability to do this. And then I could say, whereas you, Alicia, you're a terrible dog owner. And I just leave it like that. And of
even
course,
in jest, that's going too far, bro.
Even in jest. That's it. I've crossed
all
lines.
How about this? How about this, Donald? I've talked to your caddy. Your golf glove is an extra small.
Brilliant. Yes, exactly.